Welcome back to another episode of a News You Can Use podcast. It is such a beautiful day. It's May 9th, 2020, and it's Saturday, and it just feels really beautiful out here today. I got to take a little walk while I surprised my mom with a manicure pedicure session here at M&B Nails in the Image by Frenchaire Salon here in East Dallas, and I'm grateful that I have the ability to be able to bring some kind of joy to my mother. It's really important to me. She's brought a lot of joy in my life, and I wouldn't be the woman that I am today without her. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. We are grateful for you, even when we're nagging and we're bitching and we're complaining and we're fussing and we disobeying you. We love you, Mama. And I just want to shout out each and every mama. You know, if you holding it down with a man or holding it down on your own, I just want to thank you for all the countless hours, minutes, seconds that you think about us, that you do things on our behalf, and the way that you love and nurture us. I'm just so grateful for you. And I just want to say to everyone in the world that we are experiencing times that is the opposite of business as usual. We are experiencing things we never have, dealing with coronavirus and COVID-19 and all the shelter in place orders that have been put in place, citywide, statewide, federally, globally. And coming from I just listened to a podcast by Adam Ranville. It's called Mind Muscle Mastery, and I implore you to, after you listen to an episode of a News You Can Use podcast, that you tune in to Adam Ranville's Mind Muscle Mastery. He gives great tips on personal development and business development, and it's tips that you can use and put in place today. And one of his latest episodes said that we need to take a mental break, and I totally agree with that. Take a mental break, y'all, from watching the news and being bombarded with so-called news and fake news on social media. Turn the radio off. Don't read the newspaper. Just take some time, at least 30 minutes or so, or an hour within the day, to just be, just to enjoy nature. Go outside, take a walk. Just enjoy nature and actually be present and enjoy the trees and the wind blowing on your skin, the sun shining on your skin. And get you some vitamin D from the sun. Our melanin needs that, and it's activated by the sun. And so it's really important for us melanated people to get some sun. So even though we have these shelter-in-place orders in effect, Dallas is opening up. There's way more people out than it was this time a month ago. But I just want to say, take some time to just be grateful for being alive. There's so many people dying, not just from coronavirus, but just of natural causes and other, unforeseen circumstances. I just say, just be grateful and thankful that you're alive. Be grateful and thankful that you're with family, or be grateful that, you got lights and water and the comforts of the luxuries that you use to pamper yourself. Pamper yourself. That's why I got out yesterday. I was so excited when Myra said the salon was back open earlier this week. I set an appointment for myself and my mom immediately. And so getting my nails done and my feet done is a way that I care for myself. That's some of my self-care time. When I wake up in the morning, I play a meditation, a guided meditation from the Insight Timer. Just be thankful. I read a piece from Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations by Ayana Van Zandt. Just be grateful. Just take a minute to just reflect and put something positive in your mind. My partner, Nelson Alvarez and Aaron Guterman, they, from the Lisa Group, they stay on me. And today was another day that I was encouraged to be my best self and not just work on using my raw talent, but actually taking the time to practice and to get my skill levels up, to properly be able to take care of you with your mortgage protection. This episode, we have a great speaker. Her name is Charity Barrett, and she's going to tell you how you can make millions. She's going to tell you some industries that you can get started that will bring you fortune. She talks to you about your mindset, and it's just going to be a great episode. So kick up your feet, chill out, and enjoy another episode of a News You Can Use podcast. I'm thankful for you, each and every one of you who tune in to the episodes every month or whenever it is that you're listening. I implore you, if you listen to Spotify, if you listen to the podcast and on Spotify, I ask that you hit the follow button so that you can continue your listenership. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, hit the subscribe button. And please, please, please rate the podcast so that more people like you will see and get to hear the podcast. Let me know how I'm doing. You can leave a message if you download the free Anchor FM app. You can leave me a voice message in which I'll listen to and play on the next episode. Suggest what news you can actually use in your communities. Tell me how great I'm doing or how I fucked up or how it sucks. But leave me a voice message. I really appreciate that. You can also support the podcast by hitting the link in the Anchor app, or there should be a link in wherever platform that you listen to that you can support the podcast. That would be great. I'd be grateful for that. If you support us by sending us $9.99 every month, we get more percentage of those funds to sustain future episodes. It takes a lot of energy to make these episodes, but I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do it. Tune in to me on Nowhere But Up podcast. That's going to be that'll come out soon. I'll let you know when you can tune in there. Check me out on the Entrepreneurial Truth podcast and the International Connection podcast, and also the Sojourner podcast. Very grateful for each host for having me as a guest and allowing me to tell my story. Check me out on About Anxiety podcast with Keith Snyder, where I share my story on how I've been living and thriving with bipolar. And again, thank you for tuning in and enjoy the episode. I do not own any of the music that is played on the podcast, but I do have the rights to play Tony Yoda Ballard, his music. And I played one of his new songs that he just produced. And thank you so much. Peace and blessings.
Yes, and I said to you, can we talk for a while? You said it's alright. When you're happy, I'll smile, feel your hands, and you feel mine. You bring me joy. You bring me joy. Don't go too far away. If I can't see your face, I will make my night smile. Can this be right? Oh, and should we be friends? I get lonely sometimes. I don't mix up again. 'Cause you're the finest thing I've seen in all my life. You bring me joy. You're my joy. You're my I just love you. I just love you, baby. Can't you see? That's all the finest thing I see. Oh, like my baby, baby, baby. Yeah, you're my joy, baby.
Today is May 4th, 2020, and the quote of the day comes from Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations for People of Color by Ayanna Van Zant. And this is for May 4th. You can be so heavenly bound until you are no earthly good. You can be so heavenly bound until you are no earthly good. Quoted by Dr. Oscar Lane. We can find so many reasons to postpone doing and receiving our good. End quotes. It's not the right time. Out quotes. End quotes. If it's for me, I'll get it. Out quotes. End quotes. I'm waiting for a sign. Out quotes. End quotes. I'll do it later. Out quotes. End quotes. I'll receive my rewards in heaven. Out quotes. End quotes. I guess it's not for me. Out quotes. End quotes. I didn't want it and or need it anyway. Out quotes. These are just a few of the ways we convince ourselves not to follow our dreams. The belief in a hereafter paved with gold is no reason to live in poverty now. End quotes. As above, so below. Out quotes. Means whatever we can have later, we can have right now. If heaven is a place prepared for kings and queens, we want to do our work on earth so we won't show up looking and acting like paupers. There is no earthly reason for me to delay my good. Ashe. I want to give thanks to our Business Spotlight Charity Barrett of the Diamond Lab. She began her journey as an entrepreneur at age 25. She is the founder of Progeny Enterprises Incorporated, PEI, established in 2005. PEI operates a variety of brick-and-mortar human service-based businesses. She has a diverse private equity portfolio that includes a child development center, assisted living facilities, and transient rental properties. She is currently working with a few startup companies as a board member, business consultant, partner, and or shareholder. Most recently, Charity has entered the male-dominated tech space with her 100% self-funded app, The Diamond Lab, which is a small business development and networking platform. She has also created a small business lending company. Charity holds a bachelor's degree in clinical psychology and acquired 3 years of doctoral-level study in the same field, with a concentration in neuropsychology. Additionally, she is pursuing her master's in business administration with a concentration in finance and wealth management at John Hopkins University as a non-traditional part-time student on a dean's scholarship. Charity interrupted her graduate studies to return to her role as a businesswoman. She prides herself on creating a legacy for her family and educating the masses about financial freedom. Charity has devoted her life to identifying problems and thinking critically to find solutions that help people globally. I haven't played John Lee Dumas, The Daily Refresh, in a while. Today is key, and I love it because it's my mantra, the quotes that he's talking about today. So this is the 742nd episode of the Daily Refresh.
Hey, John Lee Dumas here, and welcome back to the Daily Refresh, where I share a quote, gratitude, and guided breathing in under 3 minutes. And today's quote is from Buddha: "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." What you think, you become. Ponder that for a minute. And something unique to be grateful for. Just how about the ability of like Word doc and Keynote and PowerPoint and things that might make you roll your eyes, but I mean, man, when we need to actually create that presentation, it's kind of nice to have those type of things. I mean, take those away in the world, and I can guarantee a lot of us will miss them. Some of you won't, I get it, but I know I would. Be grateful. Now take a few seconds and think of something unique in your life that you're grateful for. It will warm your soul. And now it's time for guided breathing. So grab a seat and remember, all breathing is through the nose, and we'll be breathing in for a count of 4, out for a count of 4, a total of 5 times, which will fully circulate amazing oxygen into your body. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 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 2, 3, 4. Relax. Congratulations on completing the Daily Refresh. And if you're ready to accomplish your number one goal in 100 days, visit thefreedomjournal.com and you'll be on your way. Use promo code REFRESH as a thank you for listening to the Daily Refresh, and I'll see you tomorrow. Free your mind while it's time. What's up with that? I got one thing on my mind. Revolution. Yo, that's Pharaoh Jerome. Please make me die 1,000 deaths in a day, and then I won't jump in the front while you put it down for the new time. Put it down for the new time. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Shalom, shalom. Hotel. Yeah, MIDT Records. B&B Productions. Rhythmic sign. Love to rap. Yo, check it out. At all your local neighborhood stores.
Peace and blessings. Welcome back to another episode of a News You Can Use podcast. My name is Frenchaire Gardner, and I am the host and creator of a News You Can Use podcast. And it's a great day. Today is March 5th, 2020, and we have an excellent guest today. I'm super excited. Yay!
Yay!
That's right. Get pumped. We have the Diamond Lab, Miss Charity Angel.
Yeah.
And so she is, I just connected with her recently from the Women Helping Women Entrepreneur Facebook group. And I'm super excited for you guys to hear what she has to say about being the entrepreneurial mindset. And welcome to the podcast, Charity.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think we just met yesterday. We didn't waste any time, I don't think, or either the day before.
Exactly. I love it. I'm so grateful for you coming on.
Yep.
So tell us about yourself. Give us your background, where you're from, and all that jazz.
Okay. Let's take it back to the beginning. All right. So I was born in Detroit, Michigan, but I relocated to Maryland at age 7. So I pretty much feel like I was raised in Maryland, United States. At the age of 25, I had a 3-year-old, and I actually was going through a separation with my first husband, and switching from dual income household to single income household and co-parenting, it just really showed me that what I was doing on my job was not going to be enough. I was a substance abuse counselor at the health department, and I loved my job. I loved what I was doing. I had a great boss, and I had flexibility, but the income just wasn't there. And the other thing is, I always felt like there was something more. You know, like when I was on the job, I had all these grand ideas for things that I wanted to do, but I was always restricted because of like rules and bureaucracy. So with all those reasons combined, it caused me to want to consider going into business for myself. And because I've had examples like my mother, my father, who, my father was a full-time entrepreneur. My mother worked a full-time job and still had a side hustle when she created an assisted living facility. Nice. So I was able to see that up close and personal. I knew people who were making money, seeing how the inside worked, the inside aspects of the business, and seeing that, what, this is actually doable. This is something that I probably could do. And so I decided to leave my job. And the way that I did it really was kind of crazy, because I just completely was working in hyperspeed. I went and purchased 3 properties back to back within like a few months of each other.
Wow.
And I didn't have any down payment. But it was back in 2005 when they were giving out loans like candy to people. And I was able to, get what they call stated income, no doc loans. And so I was able to buy those 3 homes in rapid succession of each other. So before it would show up on my credit, I was already applying for the next one.
Nice.
And once I acquired all 3 of them in that short period of time, I started a home daycare center out of one, an assisted living out of another, and then one of them I was just renting out. Then I also took over the assisted living that my mother had, and then what else? Oh, and then I found a commercial building that I leased and started a commercial-sized child care center. So I went like that, and I ended up making one of the homes another assisted living home. And I went like that for the past 14 years, having the commercial child care center and 3 assisted living homes, plus like a rental property.
Okay.
So, you know, I was really busy. It was really like a crazy journey because, you know, in hindsight, it probably wasn't the best way to go about things because I was young. I was only 25 years old. I didn't have a degree in business. I didn't have any formal mentors. So I was just winging it. And I really put a lot on myself because in trying to keep up with those mortgages and everything and realizing that I can only be one place at one time, it made it really hard trying to scale like that with no experience and not enough manpower. See, back then I didn't really know that when you are with other people that you can't always depend on other people. Well, not always, because, you know, you find that a lot of people want to do things, right? And they don't. So when I first started, I had like this big enthusiastic team. But once things got really tough, like having to do that hard work, like, you know, taking care of adults, wiping adults, you know, changing their diapers and everything, you know, a lot of people weren't down for that. And I ended up like one of the last men standing. I'm a woman, but you know how they say that last man standing thing.
Yes.
So I was like the last man standing, and it was really hard. It almost broke me. I won't lie. It almost broke me. I went through a struggle point where I could not pay my bills, and I was at risk of losing the homes. But then, fortunately, Obama came up with the Making Home Affordable Act, and I was able to qualify and get all of my mortgages modified. And also, I did a maneuver where I had my mother and stepfather purchase the home from me at a higher price than what I purchased it for, and I was able to extract equity from the home without doing like a refinance.
Nice.
So I had to get pretty resourceful with how I survived. It was a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul back then, and I'm so glad to now be at the point where, you know, that type of struggle is behind me. Now the biggest struggle is just trying to take the extra money that I make on the other businesses and figure out new ways to invest, whether it be new businesses like the Diamond Lab, which is a tech startup, or if it's just like some sort of investment vehicle like stocks or private equity. So now I still live like I don't have much money, even though I have money. But I take that money and instead of, you know, squandering it, I actually put it towards investments and wealth building vehicles. So really the past 14 years has been really one heck of a ride. Now, the one thing I discovered on my way to where I am now is Airbnb.
Okay.
About 2 years ago, I discovered Airbnb and I started doing it as a fundraiser for my son's college. He got accepted into MIT and I wanted to make sure that he could go, you know, that we could afford to send him. So
congratulations.
I started the Airbnb as a fundraiser. Thank you. African-American, I'm very proud of him. Young man, he actually got accepted while he was still 16 years old. So I'm very proud of him. And I wanted to make sure I didn't let him down. You know, he got into one of the world's best institutions. He did his part. So I wanted to make sure like I could do my part. So I started Airbnb out of the home that we lived in. I took advantage of space that was going to waste, basically. Space that was just collecting dust. Rooms that we never even went into. And then it made so much money. I was able to raise about $50,000 in 10 months.
Oh, wow.
Just off of renting about 3 of the rooms. Yeah, in the basement. So, and then the funny thing is he got he ended up with a full package to MIT. So I didn't really have to use that money to go towards his college. So it ended up being like a wonderful opportunity to have lump sums to be able to make some power moves, which helped to get me to what I'm doing right now. So I feel really blessed that I've been able to discover these different things along the way. And I think that I just want to share my story with people because there was nothing really that different about me when I first started than most of the people that I know. Like, you know, like it's just like I do have a good work ethic and everything, but I know a lot of people that have a good work ethic. So I want people to know that, you know, they they too might be able to make some decisions and do some things and position themselves to be able to build up their cash flow, their net worth, you know, and opportunities for themselves. And even through all of the struggle, I didn't lose any of the homes. In fact, I acquired another. And I was able to, I don't remember, I don't know what year it was, but when my assets outweighed my debts, and I realized that I was actually a millionaire, it didn't feel any different, but it still was like a milestone for me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, I thought millionaire meant, you know, like balling, you know, that kind of thing. Right. But it's really not about, it's not about that. It's just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean you have $1 million in the bank or $1 million in cash. So I actually like people to know that, but that it's achievable. It is achievable, but it does require a lot of hard work and a lot of perseverance. So that's just like my story, from a very abbreviated story from beginning to where I am now.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Thank you.
So tell us about the Diamond Lab and the ventures that you got going on right now.
Yeah, so the Diamond Lab, all right. So Diamond Lab is a small business development network. It came to me that, you know, I really reflect on my experience and realize how nice would it have been if I did have a mentor, or there were some programs that were readily available to me that would have been affordable in my time of struggle, because I wouldn't have been able to afford like any high ticket coaches or anything like what you're seeing today. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Yes. How nice would it have been if, you know, there would have been a community or network that I could connect with and get the knowledge that I need, the resources, the products and services from reliable people that do good work, the team, you know, the village that you need when you're trying to build a business. That would have been really nice to have that. And I probably would have avoided a lot of the struggles if I had not, you know, if I had those things. So the Diamond Lab is really me trying to take the pain points that I had, the problems that I had, and trying to solve those problems, because I know those problems are common to other entrepreneurs. Right. Especially from my community, you know? Yes. And so the Diamond Lab, we have a website, and you can go there, and there's an academy, and there's a marketplace, and then we have our preferred partner network. And all of those things are designed to help entrepreneurs come together and try to prosper collectively. So I put a huge marketing push behind the Diamond Lab. I'm running television commercials. I'm trying to get on radio. You know, I'm doing digital marketing. I'm paying people for these different things, and I'm paying for like the back end office expense and building the infrastructure so that other entrepreneurs that want to offer a course or that want to do something, they don't have to do all of those things alone. They can come to the Diamond Lab, collaborate with us, and get our assistance. And then they, you know, it's very affordable because we have a play to pay model versus pay to play, which most people say you got to pay to play, right? Right. Well, we're trying to make it where you got to play to pay, because you need to. How are you going to pay if you don't have any money, right? Right. So, but if you play first, you play your card, right? You put in the work, then you get the fruit of your labor. You reap what you sow. So you only pay us minus our onboarding fee. You only pay us when your product, service, or course sells. Nice. You know, that way if you're having a slow month, you don't have to worry about having this minimum expense that you created for yourself. Yet another expense, right? Because you know how you can end up paying for Zoom, paying for Kajabi or Teachable. You're paying for, it's like it just, these little fees come out of everywhere, and before you know it, your business is running you into the ground before you even made a dime. That's the truth. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to let people actually come to our platform and get started with us, almost like a virtual incubator, if you will. Nice. To really help companies that have something to offer but do need a helping hand. They do need an affordable coaching program. And, you know, because I hear all these coaches now, everybody is into the high ticket thing. Right. Everybody's doing the high ticket thing, and that's fine. But we do need some people who are going to make it affordable to the people that can't afford high ticket. And the thing that I don't like, that I hear about high ticket, the people who are selling these high ticket courses oftentimes tell people, if you're serious about your business, you will invest in yourself.
I just heard someone say that.
What I know from my experience is if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Right.
If you don't have it, like if you truly don't have it, you don't have it. And it's not that you're not serious, because I know I'm serious about my business, right? But there was a time where I couldn't even pay the mortgages.
Yeah.
So what did I look like, being able to pay a coach? So I think right now there's a lot of almost like brainwashing and manipulation of what people call the sheep, the masses, the people who are uninformed, the people who are ready to spend their consumer dollar, and hey, you can actually offer high quality courses and programs without the high ticket. It can be done. Let me show you how. Let me show you how I'm about to work this, how it's going to benefit other people. I'm going to benefit because I like money. I'm not going to hide that fact. I'm not doing charity work.
Right.
Despite my name, right? I'm trying to get paid.
Yes.
I want other people to get paid too, though. And I don't want to sell people a pipe dream or charge them all this money. And when they're finished paying me, they don't really have any skill set to be able to go out and make cash money. Mm-hmm. So I'm teaching people how to start an Airbnb. I have a course on that. I'm going to be doing a course on how to start assisted living, how to start a child care center, all the businesses that I know can actually work and make money. Yes. And you don't have to hunt down a customer and beg them for a payment or to use their services. Those are the kind of businesses that I want to expose people to and say, hey, remember brick and mortar? Yeah. Remember good old-fashioned hard work where you can't just sit behind a computer and make money, but you might have to actually get out there, pound the pavement, and actually be, in a brick and mortar setting or providing human services. You know what I mean? So
I do.
I'm trying to bring people back to that because it's not like the need for those services have gone away. The need for those services are still there, very much so. We have the baby boomers. We have a growing early childhood population where they need safe, affordable child care. So these things I'm trying to tell people, and I know it's not that popular right now because as soon as you tell people they have to do some work, they don't want to be wise with your money so that eventually you have enough money where your money makes the money.
Right.
But you can't sell people that on the front end and when they don't even have a skill set or a dollar to their name, really. Right. They can't go from that usually. That's like making money in their sleep or making passive income. You have to get active. I'm teaching people about active income and then passive income. How you make that transition. I'm trying to tell people the truth about what it takes so that less people will be failing because they will know that they had mentorship in a village of people who's keeping it real with them and telling them what it really
I love that.
takes to survive.
I love that, Charity.
And I'm talking so much. I'm sorry. I'm not even giving you an opportunity to say anything. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm just passionate about it.
You're great. You're doing great. I just experienced this whole. I had a multi-family property in St. Louis, Missouri, and I knew nothing about owning a property. That was my first property, piece of real estate, and it was It was 4 2-bedroom apartments, and it was tough, and I didn't do very well for real. And so definitely, not knowing what I didn't know, it hurt me, So I definitely see a lot of value in your services, because that's just real talk what you're talking about right now. Now, we were talking about last night, you were mentioning that, you talking about financial literacy. What is it that we need to hear about that?
Oh, gosh, where do I start? Financial literacy. This is something that I have no idea why it's not in the school system from elementary school, from primary school, right? Because if you're taking gym, and if you're taking music, you're doing math, you're doing writing, handwriting, all these subjects, right? Right. But nothing about how to how does money in the United States work? How does money work in the world?
Right.
And how does the world of finance work? You know, what does it mean to take a loan out? What is interest? Well, you know, like, that's the kind of stuff that young children can comprehend, but we have failed to add that into the curriculum. And so right now what you have is a lot of adults that are working with not even an elementary school understanding of finance.
Right.
Right? Not even a basic understanding. And so a lot of people have been conditioned to be consumers.
Right.
We buy, we put out money, we're the buyer, rarely the seller.
Yes.
Right? In my community, you know, we're buying, and we don't even buy from our own businesses. We only put about 2% back into buying from our own businesses or other Black people, right? And
right.
then 98% is going toward non-Black businesses.
Right.
What is that all about? Well, to me, it's the conditioning. And I think that in order for us to even begin to turn the tables, we have got to get smart and wise about money.
Yes.
How money works. You know, what it is to have a consumer mindset. You know, we need to be working on that. And the problem I see when I talk about this to people, if I'm talking to them like on a more intimate level, especially if it's someone that I know personally,
yes,
a lot of people are not receptive. They're not receptive to having that conversation.
You're right.
Because you have grown people that are working hard to earn their money, and they want to be able to spend their money however they want.
Of course.
And they don't understand that some of the choices that they're making that they think they enjoy and they love is actually setting them up for a life of struggle and strain.
Yes.
Right? So just, you know, it's so I really think that people need to understand what to do with money when you have it.
Yes.
You know, what to do with money when you have it. And even if you only have a little bit of money, financial literacy can help take you from only having a little bit of money to having a lot of money. Because the other thing is, I mean, even from a spiritual standpoint, I think that once you show that you can work with what little you've been given,
yes,
and you can manage that properly, then you are gifted and blessed with more.
Right.
Only when you know how to handle what you have. So I feel like that is the case with money and business. And I want to just really get people to start listening and understanding and looking at their own habits and making the connection in their mind that, oh, you know what? This is what they're talking about. Here I am getting ready to go buy a pair of Jordans for $300, and I don't really even have $300 in the bank. Once I make this purchase, I have to wait until next payday before I have more money.
Right.
You know, I want people to think about those kind of decisions and stop in their tracks and say, okay, nope, not doing that anymore. You know, I can take this money and make sure it's still in the bank, or that I'm using it to pay off some of my bills early so that if I do hit hard times, I'm not struggling.
Yes.
That's how I want people to start thinking.
Yes. Yes. And tell us about the...
And I shop at the thrift store.
I do too. My mom, I used to hate it when I was a kid. My mom's sitting right here with me.
I love it.
I used to hate it as a kid, but as I grew up, I was like, oh, it's nothing wrong here. It's some nice stuff up in here. And I love it.
Very nice. Very nice stuff. And what, you know, I still go. I take my children. I have never purchased a pair of Jordans in my life. Not for myself, not for my children. And it's nothing wrong with buying Jordans. I just think that you should be in a certain position financially when you're making those kind of purchases.
Right.
So the Millionaire Mindset, that is a mentorship program that I have through the Diamond Lab Academy. It's a monthly membership program, and that's where you get to work with me directly in a group where I start businesses, how to like shift your mindset from being a consumer to being like the seller, how to change self-defeating thoughts.
Yes.
You know, that you may not be aware that you even have, working through those things, and also letting people see, you know, somebody who might look like them in that position,
yes,
to tell them these things,
yes,
you know, so that they can actually see you know, that there are more people. I think there's only like 4% out of all the black women there are in the United States. Only 4% are millionaires.
Oh wow!
We need that number to be higher because there's a lot of black girl magic out here.
For
so you
real.
know, it's possible for us to be getting that 4% way higher than that.
I agree.
Right, but I think we need to see more people in those roles and not just superstars and celebrities, because when you see that on TV, it feels like it's too far away of a goal for you to ever achieve that, right? It's like, oh no, I don't think that would ever be me. But if it's somebody like me, shopping at the thrift store around the way, and then it's more like, oh yeah, I didn't even know that was her situation. Well, maybe I could kind of do some of the things that she did or similar things. And it's like they're able to envision that for themselves when they see it.
I agree.
So, the Millionaire Mindset is actually for men and women. I do like female empowerment. I do like empowering my race, but I also believe in diversity.
Yes.
I also believe that this is a global network that I'm building.
Yes.
Right? So that we can, get other perspectives. But I have to admit that, of course, in my heart, I'm always going to be making sure that what I do is accessible to my people who oftentimes are underrepresented and underserved. Yes. So the Millionaire Mindset, yes, that is, and the price, here's the price. It's $12 a month. What? $12 a month, that's it. I'm almost making a joke out of it just to show people, like, I dare you to say you can't afford this. Right. You know, because if you just pay for your Netflix membership, or you just went to the gym and paid your membership for the gym, you can come and get some mentorship. That's for $12, don't even play. Right. Right. That's for real. Yep. So I'm really hoping that, people will listen to that. But I've had a lot of colleagues say, how are you going to charge that little bit of money? That's, you're going to end up attracting people, clients that you don't want. You need to raise your prices and know your value and know your worth, and you're not going to be able to sustain. And I'm looking at them like, okay, just watch me work. Just watch me work. Yeah, watch me work. Because I feel like, fortunately, I don't, unlike some other coaches, I don't rely on the coaching business to feed my family. Yes. I've already been making money in the industries that I work in. So being able to provide mentorship at an affordable price, I should be able to do that. There's no reason why I can't do that. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I will admit the marketing expense. I do see why some of the high ticket courses, maybe not as high as they are, but I understand why some of the prices are a little higher than what I would have normally thought they should be worth. Yes. Because when you have to pay for ads and different things, it can be very costly. I'm sure. Very costly. So in order for people to even know that you exist, you have to get it out there. Right. So it can be really challenging. But part of how I'm able to make it work is by just working harder. Yes. By working harder. I have to do a number of speaking engagements. I have to be up on my phone, periodically making sure I'm engaging with people and building relationships online. I have to show up. I have to do I have to still wear multiple hats so that I can save that money. And instead of outsourcing, I can use that money to make sure I'm paying for things. And, so it is a sacrifice, and I can see why more people are not doing it. But there's no reason why more of us shouldn't be doing it. I mean, we should be able to offer affordable assistance without being a nonprofit. I heard that. I am so tired of the nonprofit model. There's too many of them. It's like, all of the other thing is, that's part of the Millionaire Mindset, and what I'm hoping that people will shift when they work with me. What is this notion that there's something wrong with wanting to make money to do good work? Like, you don't have to only be a nonprofit to mean that you actually want to help your community. Right. Why can't you profit from doing some of the most important work in the community? Why? That should be the most profitable work, right?
Talk.
Like teachers, child care centers, the people who take care of elderly and disabled adults. Why are we struggling?
Right.
Why do we have to work so hard? You know? I don't think the nonprofit model, I think that it feels like a trap, because number one, you can't truly own a nonprofit. Nobody owns a nonprofit. It's controlled by a board. And you can't even, if you have the idea for your own nonprofit, you have to give up the control unless you just want to be on the board. But usually you don't even have the control. You have to go and get other people who you feel like you can trust to be on your board.
Right.
To even run a nonprofit. So you can't even own a nonprofit. You don't really truly own the business when you have a nonprofit, and you can't profit. You can get a salary, but you can't have a net profit that you actually pocket and use however you want to use.
Right.
So I don't like that model. And I mean, I think it has its place, but I am tired of people feeling like you have to, you shouldn't profit, or you know, I don't think that's good. I don't think it's a good way to think and condition people.
I understand. So I'm gonna ask you these questions. I created this interview series, Charity, a few years ago, and my whole goal was to get in the minds and find out the motivations of leaders. You know, figure out what they were thinking. And so the first question is, describe yourself in 3 words.
Loving, intense, and an overachiever.
Okay. What was that fleeting moment? That's good. What was that fleeting moment in your life that catapulted to your present self, but certainly could have really gone the other way?
When I read that question, I was like, man, I have quite a few of those moments, actually. Okay. Those do or die moments, or those moments where it's like red pill, blue pill.
That's right.
Right? And so I'm trying to think of one. Okay, here's a biggie. I was in a doctoral program just about a year ago.
Okay.
I had been in that program full-time for 3 years, trying to get my doctorate, right, while running businesses and everything. And I was so looking forward to it. I was working so hard, and I had put my businesses on the back burner to pursue my education, right?
Right.
The school shut down. Argosy University, the school shut down.
What?
All across the nation, they have multiple locations. The Art Institute, it was one other school, and in Argosy, and they have like a chain of these schools. All of them across the country shut down abruptly because of corruption at the highest level, right?
Wow.
So all of the students ended up being given like an ultimatum. You either stop the program and you don't finish your degree, and we'll forgive all of your loans or whatever you might owe, but you can't finish your degree. Or you go to this new school that we've worked out an agreement with to accept your credits, but you have to do their rules now. And the new school would have been a whole nother year of externship. So I would have, instead of graduating in 2 years, I would have had another 3 years, and I had already done 3 years. So it would have been like 6 years to get my doctorate. And I knew that my businesses couldn't really handle that at the time because I was so focused on school. The businesses started kind of suffering.
Yes.
So that was a pivotal moment, because I was like, you know what? Education is great, but formal education is not necessary to make money.
Right.
I just kind of wanted to do it because I wanted to have, first of all, I love clinical psychology, and I wanted to get my doctorate. You know, I would be the first person in my family on both sides that would have achieved that. Yes. And I just thought it was a nice thing to have, but it was not worth letting the businesses crumble, which were my bread and butter.
Yeah.
And you know, just being a full-time student, I have a son in college, and I'm in college too. Which one am I going to choose, right? I'm going to make sure I'm doing what I have to do so he can stay in school. So I chose the road of not finishing out the degree and taking advantage of the loan forgiveness because I was able to get loans.
Yeah.
And I had already accrued nearly six-figure debt in
wow.
student loans and disappeared. So that was helpful because as soon as I found out the school was shutting down, that's when I started going live on Facebook and starting to establish my presence from the standpoint of like a mentor or somebody who is actually packaging knowledge and giving it to people. Mm-hmm. That's when I started, and I feel like that birthed the Diamond Lab, because there would be no Diamond Lab right now if the school had not shut down. I would still be a full-time student. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Wow. That's dope.
Yep. So that's one thing also in the Millionaire Mindset. I'm hoping that some young folks will find their way to me.
Yes.
So that I can help them understand that you don't necessarily have to go to college to be successful.
Real talk.
You know? Yeah. I need people to know that as soon as you're coming up out of high school, you can be making money. You can be making money before you graduate.
Right.
But you don't have to go into debt. You know, you should only go to school if it's not putting you in the hole, and if you're developing an actual skill set or credentials that are required to do the job you're trying to do.
I agree.
Too many people are getting caught up in that trap, and it's really hurting people. It's really hurting people when they graduate. They have all this student debt, and they're no more marketable than when they started the degree, right? And then
right.
So they're unemployed and they have their debt accumulating. It's a trap, really. It's a trap if you let it be. It's a trap if you let it be. So those are things that I would like to go over also. But anyway, yeah. So that was the pivotal moment. That was one of those pivotal moments.
Yes. What are your morning and nightly rituals?
I don't have any routines.
Okay.
I don't have routines. I'm not a real routine person. The only thing I do routinely is work hard as hell. That's the only routine I have. But as far as like, I'm not a very like, I don't want to say I'm not organized, but I'm just not one of those people where it's like, okay, you wake up at this time, you hit the gym or go for a run, then you eat breakfast, and then you do 4 hours of work. No, I'm the kind of person where it is whatever is needed at the time is what I'm doing, whether it's 3 a.m. doing a podcast interview with a lady from Thailand, or, you know, it just doesn't, I basically have to shift constantly. I might wake up one day and find out one of my assisted living residents has passed away under hospice care in our home, right?
Yeah.
So the way that day is going to look is not going to look anything like what it would have looked had that person not died.
I got you.
So I have a very unpredictable kind of life, but it keeps it spicy though. It keeps it, you know, because I'm the kind of person, I would get bored with the routine. So that's the good thing about it. But yeah, no routines.
Okay. That's what's up. Who should I interview next?
There are so many people that I'm meeting now that I'm out of school. Because when I was in school for the 3 years, I wasn't really networking or building relationships with people because I was just head first. But now, the Diamond Lab has forced me to open up, because I can be a little introverted at times. I like people, but I also have to do a people detox sometimes.
Me too.
So I've met a lot of nice people, and there are a lot of people I've met that I think would be great for you to talk with, to be on a podcast. I know that, wow, so many people I'm thinking of. Like, I'm in a group called Black Women Promote on Facebook. So it's similar to Women Help the Women Entrepreneurs, only it's called Black Women Promote.
Okay.
And it's a smaller group. It's about 25,000 women. And I've met Dee Bowden, Dr. Sharita Witherspoon, Tika Watkins. I mean, it just goes, Cindy, Beyonce. It goes on and on and on. I met so many wonderful people. And I'm actually collaborating with these people.
Nice.
Because I'm figuring out how can we like do something together? So yeah, there are definitely a lot of people I could recommend to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you connect me with those people, please.
Yep.
Who is your target audience and your self-proclaimed niche, talents, and our gifts? And you've kind of answered that.
Yeah, entrepreneurs are people who are, you might not even want to necessarily be an entrepreneur, but you do want financial freedom and you do want to build a legacy if you have a family. That's my audience. My niche, my talent. My mother says I have the Midas touch. Everything I touch turns to gold.
Yes.
It's not quite true, but I understand why she said that. I get it. So I feel like I've been blessed with the gift to go from an idea to creating a framework and strategy to manifest that idea, and then it translates into actual cash money going into the bank within a reasonable time frame of when you first had the idea.
Yes.
So I've been able to repeat that over and over again, and that's why I want to be able to share that with the world.
I love that. What did the young you envision, see, think, or was told to make you impact people the way you do?
Well, some of the things I was told actually caused me things that I was told that were not good. And then once I learned and I grew into those things and saw that they weren't good, then it made me want to have a mission to warn people about what you've been told. An example is when you're a young Black woman and in your community, everyone gives you the impression that having a baby and getting a boyfriend or man is the most important thing that you can do.
Right.
And that's how my identity was about who my boyfriend was, or the way I was feeling was based on how my boyfriend was treating me or how I felt, or having a baby young and getting married young. It was like, wait a minute, this is not what y'all said it was supposed to be. This is not like a Disney princess where I'm getting rescued by the knight. No, like, what happened? Y'all lied, right? Like, y'all lied to me. So I definitely want to make sure down. There'll be plenty of time for that. But just stay the course and try to secure like your financial situation and your career before you start having children and selecting a partner.
Ashe. What is
that can wait.
Yeah, you're right. I need to get my pen. What is your favorite?
Okay.
What is your favorite book, song, and quote, and why?
That when I saw that question, I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be hard." So I can't really say I have a favorite in any of those areas because I'm sure there's a tie with a few things. But I'll say one of the books I really think was great was it's called "That'll Never Work," and it's the life story of the founder of Netflix, and they are now $1 billion company, of course. And it just showed how when you start off with an idea that other people don't even see your vision, they'll say things like, "That'll never work."
Right.
And then it just shows his story and how it unfolded. And it gave me a lot of hope, and it introduced me to the the tech startup world and what the possibilities were. So I can't remember his name, actually. I can't remember his name, but it's called "That'll Never Work," and just look up the Netflix founders.
Okay. What about
songs? Songs. Let's see. I love all type of music. It's going to be way too hard. Cause what genre are we talking? Like, we talking rap? We talking R&B? We talking soft rock? Like, what are we talking here? It's too much.
Can you choose one?
I can't choose one. Nope. I like so many different types of music.
What about 3? Cause what I usually do is I play the song on the episode.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me think.
Okay.
Let me think. I'm trying to think, like, in the history of all the songs. Boy, this is hard. I'm just trying to pick some of the ones I really like. I do like Ari Lennox. She's a newer artist from D.C., from my hometown.
How you spell that?
And she had ARILENNOX. And it's called Broke. It's called Broke. And the hook is, I've been low before. Yeah, you know I've been low before. And I don't even know what else she's talking about, but the beat is sick. You got it. Yeah, it's a nice song. And if I had to choose one more, I love Anita Baker, You Bring Me Joy.
That's a good one.
I listen to that song when I am crying my eyes out, rethinking my whole life. I will listen to that, and it helps. Music is very therapeutic for me.
Me too. What about your favorite quote?
If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Why is that your favorite quote?
And I don't know who said it. Because of just the truth behind it and like what it means on so many levels. If you're the smartest person in the room, there's something wrong with that. Number one, how do you even know you're the smartest person in the room? What makes you think that? And if you do think that and you actually are, how are you going to grow? If there's nobody around you to tell you you don't know it all, or you're not the one who has it going on the most. It's always somebody above you, always above and below. So it helps to keep you humble, and it's a reality check. Yes. It's a reality check. So I think it's important for people to know that, because sometimes, for a long time, the kind of money that I was making, I wasn't used to it after things start getting good. And in my community, it appeared as though I was doing, in my opinion, better than what I was really doing. I still was working real hard. I still wasn't making passive income. But because I had this cash flow, it gave me the impression that because I had the most money for the most part in like my circle, so it gave me this false sense of having it going on. Then I met this mentorship group called the Women Presidents Organization. And these women were grossing $10 million, $50 million a year. And I was just like, oh, I'm not really doing it big like I thought, I'm hood rich. I need to figure out something else. So yeah, it's really important that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to get yourself in a position where you can learn something from somebody.
Name 2 things you want to tell the world.
Two things. Let's learn about how this money works. Please, let's learn how money works. And another thing is understand that we have got to do the work. You got to do the work. If you want certain results, you have to do the work.
That's real. Are you a saver or a shopper? And what are your financial strategies?
Okay, so I am neither, because I don't save, I invest. And I make sure that my money is tied up in wealth-building vehicles, so that my money is not just sitting somewhere being saved or stashed in a piggy bank or a safe. It's actually going to places where the money is working for me.
Okay.
So that's, so like whole life. So you can get yourself a whole life insurance policy, which has a better return or yield than what a basic savings account would give you, which is like usually less than 1%. But yet the whole life insurance policy could end up being anywhere from like 6 to 8% APR. So if you put your money in there and don't touch it, now it's just accruing, and you can actually borrow against that money, and the money that you take out of that account you're still getting interest as if all that money is still in that account.
That's right.
And then you can use that money that you borrowed against it to go and do something else, like remodel a home. So you can do Airbnb out of it. Put that money back, that money out. So I'm definitely not a big spender. I used to be, but I made the shift at some point where I realized you're not supposed to spend every dollar you make.
Yes. And what are your
or save, or just have your money saved up.
And what's your financial strategies?
The strategy is to make the money to make more money. So you put in the work, you see your cash flow, you take your net profits, and instead of spending it, you take that and you invest in something else. And then you continue working hard. And even though it seems like you have good money and you don't need to work anymore, just keep going a little bit further until you can actually get to a point where you can retire early and never have to work again, and all your bills will be paid, and your children are going to be good and everything like that. My strategy is to get to that place. Yes. And the only way I can get there is if I continue to sacrifice and take money and reinvest.
Nice.
In the property. So I have 4 wealth building strategies, and I have a video on that.
Yes.
And I talk about how you use intellectual property, finance, real estate, and private equity to build wealth, massive wealth.
I'm definitely getting with you after this, for real. I need that. Like I know I need to do it, but I just need to know how to do it. It's on.
Well, I love talking about it. Yeah, you see I'm running my mouth. I love talking about this stuff. So even if I just get $12 a month, I'm happy either way, because I was doing it for free all these years, just running my mouth to people who didn't even want to hear it, honestly.
That's good.
Talking all day long.
Does your key values and life missions speak first to your race and then the world, vice versa, or that is not a thought of yours as you live day to day?
I didn't quite understand that question when I read it. Is there a way you can rephrase it so I make sure I understand what you're asking?
So basically, I was just asking, what you're doing, is it for your race? Are you doing it for the blacks?
Oh.
Or are you doing it, or and race has nothing to do with what your missions is about? Or is it world first?
I would say it's definitely a human first thing.
Okay.
It's a human first thing, but I cannot deny that the race impact and the way that I see how my people have struggled and have so many disadvantages. I definitely feel like you have to take the human approach and the global approach first, so that you can actually make it. So then you can actually take your resources and help your race. Because if you try to help your race, especially if your race only spends 2% of their consumer dollars with you, you won't make it.
Right.
You won't make it. So you have to make it first. And then you can, when you have ample means and resources, then you're able to affect more change in your community.
I respect that. When you have something that's super important to do, when you have something that's super important to you, what do you tell yourself to get pumped?
I have conditioned myself to work and just get the job done no matter what. It's a conditioning, almost like going to the gym and building your muscles. I have conditioned myself over the years to never stop working, whether I'm sick, whether I just gave birth, had a cesarean, and I'm in the hospital bed on a morphine pump. I'm still doing payroll, and people taking pictures like, you're crazy. It is a conditioning where it's like I tell myself, you're not off the hook ever. You're never off the hook. And I know people think that's crazy and it doesn't show balance and, all of that. But all I know is if I don't work, I don't eat, and my kids don't eat. So I never want to have to look at them in the face and give them an excuse as to why we're struggling.
Yes.
So I have conditioned myself to work almost no matter what.
Name 5 people that you know that embody instrumental traits children should emulate. And I'm going to take out just name 5 people that you think your children should emulate. You don't have to know them.
Okay. Based on just their public persona and what's widely known, because I can't say I know these people for sure to try to say anyone should be modeling them. But of course, I love Oprah. I like her story. I think she gets a hard time from society at this stage, but I still like Oprah. I think that wow. I really don't think children necessarily, they need role models, but I think children should be groomed to be the best version of themselves not really to emulate anybody else.
Okay.
I do think there's some great role models though.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to think, it's hard for me to identify anybody by name because I just think that people are so different. I can't just take one person and put them in front of the classroom full of children and say, this is somebody you should be like. Because they would be, everyone's so different. What that person's doing may not be for this person. This person may be artistically inclined and they're not interested in business at all. So, it's I think we need to be encouraging children to, towards their natural gifts.
Yes.
And just, not necessarily modeling yourself behind people who you don't even really know that well.
Yes.
Because you don't truly know what they're all about.
Fair enough.
Even the people we know, it's hard to really know people.
You're right.
It's hard to know people.
You sure right about that now. Okay, what about this one? Name 5 people that name 5 people that are powerhouses in their industries.
Okay, so we going celebrity, or we're going local level people I actually can reach out and touch?
Whoever you want to choose. That's your choice.
Okay. I'm thinking Beyonce. I know that might sound cliche. Beyonce. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama. All the stuff that I just learned about Kobe Bryant that I didn't know before, I just discovered that everything they're saying is true. He was an awesome individual.
Right.
He was awesome. So, despite any negative publicity he may have gotten at some point, I still think overall he was awesome. So I think
that's 4 or 5. That's 4.
Okay. Another person, I like Bill Gates. I don't know him personally, but I think it's undeniable that he's a genius.
For real.
Whether or not he's a great person, I don't know him like that. But I definitely think that, that genius, that the way that his mind works is just intriguing.
Yes. Okay, and then lastly, what is your website and your business name?
Oh, that's easy. So the Diamond Lab is the primary business that I'm building right now. And it's www.thediamondlab.org.
Do you have any others?
Probably too many to name. You can look up Peaceful Life Assisted Living, perfectangelsllc.com, Premier National Harbor House. Actually, that's not a website. I'm sorry. That's actually a Facebook page. I think that those are the main ones.
Okay, will you send those over to me on Messenger when we get through, please? So I can put those in the show notes. And then tell us how we can get in touch with you. How can we stay connected with you?
Oh, sure. Well, there's a few ways. So you can go on Facebook, even though Facebook, I'm telling you, they're getting on my nerve now. The way they keep on switching up, throwing me in Facebook jail and everything. They will not let me be great.
Oh, no.
But you can check out my Facebook page, which is at the Diamond Laboratory, spelled out.
Okay.
At the Diamond Laboratory, that's the Facebook page. And I just created a Facebook group that's growing fairly quickly. And the way you get there is www.facebook.com/groups/the Diamond Lab. And I'll send all of this over to you. But that is a free group. Engage with me and other people in the group. And then, of course, if you're interested in that up close and personal kind of thing, where we're working together at least once a week, online in a group setting, that you can join the Millionaire Mindset monthly mentorship group. And you just go to the website and then go to the academy. And then the academy will take you to see all the courses that we're offering, like the Airbnb. I'm teaching that personally.
Yes.
But the other courses are offered by other people.
Okay.
And then, of course, good old-fashioned email, which is info@thediamondlab.org.
Okay. What are your other social media tags? You on Instagram and all that jazz?
It's the same for Instagram. Yep, I'm on Instagram. I'm not popping on Instagram. I haven't put in the work to build up Twitter or Instagram, but I do have those pages, and I do have a YouTube page. Twitter is at the Diamond Lab, but Instagram and Facebook are at the Diamond Laboratory. I had to spell it out because at the Diamond Lab was taken on those platforms.
Okay. All right, I'll get all this from you.
I'll give it to you. YouTube, I don't know off the top of my head because I haven't given it a custom name yet.
Okay. Okay, and then just before we get out of here, give us a couple more nuggets that you would want to share with entrepreneurs or upcoming thinking about it.
Get started right away. Don't be rash, but don't overthink. Don't overthink it, and don't end up having analysis paralysis, where you're trying to anticipate and think about every detail to the point where you just don't do anything. The conditions do not have to be perfect to jump in. You do not have to be an expert. You do not have to have everything you need to get started. Yes. Sometimes in getting started helps you to gain what you need along the way, because you can't wait for anybody to give it to you. So you may as well go ahead and get started. And if you can't afford it, the right mentor may be helpful. And beware of high-ticket courses. Make sure that you know exactly what you're supposed to get out of the program. And hopefully whatever program you're in, whatever you learn in that program can actually be applied to make money and not just some kind of theory or mindset issue.
Mm-hmm.
Actual skill set. Make sure if you're going to spend some money, spend it on a skill set. And the other thing I would say is take care of your mental health.
Yes.
Take care of your mental health. Yep, because it's hard out here.
That's right.
It's tough.
It's been so great talking to you. Take care of your
mental health. Woo.
No, you're right.
I really appreciate it. I know you're there right now and have your mother with you, being so patient.
Yeah, she has.
She's probably like, hurry up, get off the phone. She's running her mouth.
Girl, she done took a nap and everything. Charity,
that lady's still talking.
Charity, it's been so good talking to you. I'm so glad that we met on Facebook, and I'm going to join your programs, and make sure you get with me about
Really?
I'm serious, for sure.
I'll send you the link because you will be my second person that's taking me up on it. I've only been offering it for not even a month yet, and I only have one person so far.
Well,
One person. So if you get in now, it's good because you kind of have my undivided attention, really.
Okay, I'm down. I'm so serious. I need this, and I know the wealth is there for me. I just don't know how to get it. So I think that you'll be able to help me do that. And it's just really been a pleasure.
Hope so.
Yes. And I know that our audience really appreciate you and the knowledge that you dropped today. You dropped some jewels on that ass tonight, so I love it.
Thank you. Well, that's the Diamond Lab. Look, we talk about jewels, right? The Diamond Lab.
That's right.
What we're talking about here.
That's cool. I love how that tied in. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you. We're going to get out of here. Peace and blessings to everybody. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
St. Louis dropping, popping.
Black bodies on the line. Let the creator elevate your mind.
New hits like this.
But free, you're out, no mistake. That's the way the pitch break. My old man, sleeping in his
The Redemption Song by Be And Us.
sometimes grumbling and complaining, but always keeping on. A garden of fragrant flowers. Then you, woman, child,
Last poet, you know it.
flowering garden of my heart, and my heart open to you.
Pick it up at your local neighborhood
Like a stream
stores.
flowing out.
You are now listening to Dustpin Radio 88.6 on a Wednesday night. Gills and Tales by Amel LaRue. Yo, shout outs to let's see, Kyra, Frenchaire, Sonia, Shelby, Yvette, Karen.
I looked at my reflection in the water.
And you.
But what an unlikely pair. Closed my eyes, held my breath, plummeted down, down, down. And anchored myself there. Can't tell how long I've been in the company of gills and tales. I think I feel my skin growing scared. Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? I'm getting eaten up down here. I'm just not built like them. The big fish have a monopoly. The little fish get buried in the sand. This here world I'm in sucks your life out, leave you comatose. Take back your salt and fish. Send me a lifeboat. Can I come up? 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 Can I come? Can I come? Can I come up? Can I come up? I look up at longing at the surface, hypnotized by the way the sunlight seems to ride each ripple. And I do it. Every ray becomes, I miss the sweet, I miss the oxygen. I miss the this
Dustpin Radio 88.6. Amel LaRue. Gills and Tales.
Here's some news you can use from St. Louis. Mr. Fresh, our 11-year-old brand ambassador, needs your help. This is from Shay Dandridge. Oh no, the historical Annie Malone May Day parade was canceled due to COVID-19. This is devastating news as the parade's revenue helps 50 families overcome hardships. Hashtag STL, let's all band together. St. Louis and the world, let's all band together and help them raise money as a city. Mr. Fresh needs 8 bold givers to make a $25 and up donation to be in one of his boxes and on his team to help fill his boxes. The winning group will be announced live on May 17th at the live virtual May Day parade. So, can Mr. Fresh count on you to be on his team? If you're down to be on Mr. Fresh team as a bold giver, comment Team Townsend on Facebook, and Mr. Fresh will add your picture in place of one of his boxes above and post you tonight as a group. This is group economics at its finest, where the kids, just like Mr. Fresh, ultimately come out on top. If you are with Mr. Fresh, comment Team Townsend. Let's go. Click here to donate. Go to donatenow.networkforgood.org/Team Townsend/mobile. That's donatenow.networkforgood.org/TEAMTOWNSEND/mobile, MOBILE. Thank you. Some announcements from Instagram. April 18th, the pull up at Club Fitness parking lot for Rakia Rain, aka Miss. She is having a happy birthday, and she is recording her music video to her new single. The link time is 1 p.m. and the video time is 1:45 p.m. That's in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Club Fitness at 745 North Highway 67, Florissant, Missouri. Thank you, Sakisha, Supermoms of Superheroes, for that announcement. Announcements from the DEC Network, keeping entrepreneurs running in DFW. There are resources for local businesses needing help. $50 million in small business loan coming to Texas. Today, Governor Greg Abbott's office announced $50 million in loans to help small businesses by the coronavirus pandemic. The governor's office partnered with Goldman Sachs and the Lift Fund, along with others community development rich institutions on the effort. Are you a small business owner who has applied for a Paycheck Protection loan or economic injury disaster loan or grant? The COVID Loan Tracker will help you track your loan or grant application as well as get an overview of the amount of loans and grants going out to small businesses nationwide. Coffee and connect with the DEC Network. We're inviting you, small business owners and entrepreneurs, to grab your coffee and laptop for a virtual networking session. You will be randomly paired with someone in our network to share business ideas, pitches, and collaborate with one-on-one. You will be paired 3 times total for a helpful and informative networking event. What strong crisis leadership looks like during the pandemic. COVID-19 is providing a crash course in crisis management. Leaders who display empathy, transparency, and aspiration will stand out. Read this Kellogg Insight article and watch the full webinar here, which provides advice and examples of how to be a strong leader while handling crisis management. Outmatches acronym Crisis Development Tool. Dallas-based Outmatches Crisis Development Tool shows a leader what skills are most effective during a crisis like COVID-19 and gives a real-time action plan for execution. Read this Dallas Innovates article to find out more about the free development tool and take the assessment here. The Art of Hello with Paula Calise and the DEC Network. Join us this upcoming Friday from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. Central for a webinar on personal branding and the art of hello during COVID-19. Paula Calise, principal at Linked Executive Search, provides the background, tips, and rules and a 3-step method that results in you having a professional brand introduction of your own to use that day called The Art of Hello. Good news dashboard for COVID-19. Do you need a break from all the bad news brought on by the coronavirus pandemic? Inspire More, one word, has developed a hub for good news, inspiring tips, and a much-needed place to smile in the midst of COVID-19. You can even submit your own good news here. Resources for consumers wanting to help local businesses. Support Dallas restaurants. Visit Dallas has put together a list of Dallas restaurants offering takeout and delivery options. If you're a resident of Dallas, in town, on business, or visiting friends and family, here's a little something to keep your appetite in check. And welcome back to another episode of a News You Can Use podcast. I want you to go out and buy the Mom Boss book from Mishio, Mishio, out of St. Louis, Missouri. And I love her. She is a mom manager, and an awesome woman. Her daughter has an awesome business called Mia's Treats Delight. And right now they're not able to make any cookies, but you can definitely still support Michio and her family by buying her book. She's a best-selling author of Mom Boss. It's hashtag Mom Boss, and you can direct message her directly on Instagram. Her tag is me_SHE_O. So go ahead on and go to Instagram and reach out to Michio to purchase her book called hashtag Mom Boss, and it is a collaborative of a few mom bosses, and they got a great story to tell. Thank you. If you're listening to this podcast in Apple Music and Apple Podcasts, please rank and review the podcast so that we can be heard by more people. So go ahead and take a moment right now and write a review for a News You Can Use podcast. Thank you so much. Purchase my new children's book on Amazon Kindle. If you don't have a tablet or a Kindle, doesn't matter. Just download the free Kindle app. The title is Mommy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me Anymore? By Frenchaire Gardner. Purchase it today. Only $3.99. Looking for a Mother's Day gift? Go no further. Don't look any further. Go to beandusllc.com. We have beautiful original art, beautiful jewelry for you and your friends and family. Go to www.beandusllc.com. That's beandusllc.com. Shop my other brands on Linktree, linktr.ee/BEANDUSLLC. Thank you. And welcome back to the News You Can Use podcast. Did you know that your support keeps this podcast alive, keep episodes getting recorded, new content created, researched? Just gives me the power and the energy to continue to create more news you can use. Time that the hours per episode and per marketing sessions that I spend creating this for you takes away from me participating in any other income-driven activities. So your support is needed to sustain future episodes of the News You Can Use podcast, and also for leveling up, because I want to make this better for you. I have a logo getting worked up for you, and connecting with other vendors so that we can really just be set up just like when I talk about sponsorship, we can set up just like the radio stations do. The radio stations come and they show up, they set up a whole music DJ, have a DJ to attract business to your to drive clients and customers to your store or your physical location. And that's the whole point of the News You Can Use podcast. And so your support is needed. You can contribute monthly by clicking the support this podcast button on the Anchor app. When you give $9.99 monthly, I get, as the creator, get 13% more per dollar. So I'm really grateful for you, and continue to give and show your support and love. Thank you. Engage. Let's connect. Ujamaa Cooperative Economics.
Black thing, looking real good. You know I've been you too young, that's fine. We've been vibing, cruising, riding through Raleigh. Take a trip on Aunt Jacka. We ain't got no monies. I've been low before. Yeah, you know I've been low before. I'll bring cups, you bring the smoke. It's a tough ride in your look. Yes, I've been low before. Yeah, you know I've been low before. I'll bring cups, you bring the smoke. It's a tough ride in your look. Broke thing, it's a pretty thing. My skin is a bitten thing. Shit bang when I angle with my bullet. I call your name. Baby, I need you. Baby, I need you. I've been low before. Yeah, you know I've been low before. I'll bring cups, you bring the smoke. It's a tough ride in your look. Yes, I've been low before. Yeah, you know I've been low before. I'll bring cups, you bring the smoke. It's a tough ride in your look.
How many times I say, broke boy, baby, ain't got no bread, they ain't got no cheese. I've been trying to fertilize your eggs, moisturize your head, supervise your kids. Maybe won't you tell me what's important to you? It ain't really all about money to me. Shit, if you're trying to find something to do, sitting there looking like something to eat. I've been broken, you've been broke, your heart been broken, I'm still broken, breaking down weed. I've been hoping, you've been hopeless. Help me please, heaven notice me, I'm out of focus. Somebody show me the rope a dough so I could dodge your demons trying to choke my throat. Her last man was lit, he had loads of dough. He was taller, older, I'm like Amendola. Height trips left open, right, coming over on emotion. I'm on your side, they ain't tripping, I'm finna dribble up and mobilize. Survival, more remorse, I grabbed the wheel and rode to death. I ride to die, I'm making life and taking life. I fuck a chick, I killed a guy, I spilled the beans and threw the rice at night. Shining armor, fight, give me the knife and slice. My new thing, new flame, butane, nipple rain, coochie rain. Look them both, do my thing. Pickle so, dang though. Powder water, take a go. Let me try to put, nah, yeah, bro.
I've been low before. Hey. Yeah, you know I've been low before. Hey. I'll bring cups, you bring the smoke. It's a tough ride in your look. Yes, I've been low before. Yeah, you know I've been low before. I'll bring cups, you bring the smoke. It's a tough ride in your look.
best. For the gorgeous human being that you are, for helping me accept my scars. That's why I wanna give you your flowers now. That's why I wanna give you your flowers now. I hope that they brighten your life the same way your smile brightens mine. My world had blown away and you are all that's left. You took the needle from the center of my chest. For the gorgeous human being that you are, for showing me I am a star. That's why I wanna give you your flowers now. That's why I wanna give you your flowers now.
Cash rules everything around me. Green is the money, dollar bill, yo.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job, had second hands. Moms bounced on old men, so then we moved to Shallon Land. A young youth, you're rocking the go-to. No goose, only way I'm begin to G.O. was drug load. And let's start it like this, son. Rolling with this one and that one, pulling out gas for fun. But it was just a dream for the team who was a fiend. Started smoking rules at 16 and running up in gates and doing hits for high stakes, making my way on fire skates. No question, I was speed for cracks and weed. The combination made my eyes bleed. No question, I would flow off and try to get the dough off. Sticking up right boys from Bullwood. My life got no better. Same damn low sweater. Times is rough and tough like leather. Figured out I went the wrong route, so I got with a sick tight click and went all out. Catching keys from cross seas, rolling in MPVs every week. We made 40 G. Yo, brothers respect mine. I ain't gonna take now. Bow, move from the gate now.
Cash rules everything around me. Green is the money, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green is the money, dollar bill, yo.
It's been 22 long, hard years, I'm still struggling. Survival got me bugging, but I'm alive on arrival. I'll be back to safe for the streets to stay awake to the ways of the world. Deep, a man with a dream with plans to make dreams fail. I went to jail at the age of 15, a young buck selling drugs and such. Who never had much, trying to get a clutch of what I could not touch. The court where you should not face incarceration. Pacing, going upstate's my destination. Handcuffed and back of a bus, 40 of us. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. But as the world turned, I learned life was hell. Living in the world no different from a cell. Every day I skate from takes, giving chase, selling bass, smoking bones in the staircase. Though I don't know why I took smoke cess. I guess that's the time when I'm not depressed, but I'm still depressed. And I ask, what's your work? Ready to give up, so I seek the whole earth. Who explain working hard may help you maintain to learn to overcome the heartaches and
lane. We got stick up kids, corrupt cops, and crack rocks, and stray shots. All on the block that stays hot. Leave it up to me while I be living proof. To get the truth to the young black youth. And shorties running wild, smoking cess, drinking beer. And ain't trying to hear what I'm kicking in his ear. Neglected for now, but yo, it got to be accepted. The what? The life is hectic. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Green,